Heartbreaking back-to-back losses in Golden Point extra time had harpooned Parramatta's playoff aspirations. Yet that didn't mean there was nothing to play for, because they were eager to honour Nathan Hindmarsh, who was making his first appearance at home since reaching 300 NRL games. There was also the considerable incentive of trying to topple former grand final foes Melbourne. The Storm's prospects of posting their 9th consecutive win were jolted by the withdrawal of pivot Gareth Widdop. However, the ledger was evened when Para lost one of their key playmakers early in halfback Jeff Robson, who sustained a suspected fractured cheekbone in the 5th minute after an accidental elbow from Sissy Wanger. The Storm winger was also the first to get a sniff of the try line in this encounter, but he just couldn't complete the transaction.
Things are looking good. No, it's come out just before he's been able to force it.
Luke Burt put the hosts on the board with a penalty goal before Jared Hayne infiltrated the Melbourne backline and set sail for the corner.
Gronk is chasing, Blair is chasing, but the speed of Hayne will take him all the way to the line. Did he bomb the try?
I think he has. I think he's dropped the football.
You can see with his reaction, he knows he's dropped it.
Makeshift centre Mark Horrow sent the ageless Chris Hicks racing down the same corridor soon after, virtually in Hayne's footsteps.
With only Slater in front of him, he fires it wide. A chance for Matua, who does what Jared Hayne couldn't do. He reached out, he got it down, and Parramatta have a try.
Matua made it by a blade of grass, and Burt knocked over a beauty.
From the sideline, gets the flags in the air.
The Storm were struggling to match Parramatta's enthusiasm, but still capable of conjuring up frenzied raids like this.
Chasing through, O'Neill, what a bounce he got. Back on the inside for Champion. He was looking for Slater, who toes it backwards. For the moment it's play on, and now Ben Smith has it for Parramatta.
The Eels kept Billy at bay on that occasion, and it meant they had managed to keep the competition leader scoreless in the first 40. Less than 2 minutes of the second term was all it required for the Blue and Golds to take a huge step towards an almighty upset.
Yeah, some pressure here on one. Plenty of blue jumpers out there. Cesar had an air swing. Lasalo reached out for it. 40. And I think he may have got a finger on it.
Lasalo's grounding was perfect, and the Eels were up by 14. Then 2 straightforward penalty goals in quick succession by Burt elevated the Eels to an advantage of 3 converted tries. But as South Sydney showed the previous afternoon, anything can happen in this topsy-turvy competition.
In the air, Slater going up, tapping it back. A chance here for Wonga, and Melbourne are on the board. A good leap by Billy Slater. Tapped back, there were numbers there for Melbourne. It went straight to Cesar Wonga.
Slater's special understanding with Cameron Smith added energy to Melbourne's mini revival.
There's a collision with Burt and the referee, Billy Slater. He pounces, and Delasera says that's a try. And Melbourne are back.
The Storm were now within touch on the scoreboard and showed their inclination to attack from any part of the field when they have to find something special.
Slater, what a ball. O'Neill on a run. Burt is chasing. O'Neill's away. He'll score try number 3 for Melbourne. And what a game we have now.
Cameron Smith missed a tricky chance to tie it up at 18 each. But this storm was still brewing, and Parramatta's tiring defence found themselves in the eye of the cyclone.
Blair charging at them, gives it to Nielsen. Melbourne have waited until the 76th minute, but they have themselves a lead.
Well, they were always short out there, Parramatta. They were slow to react and no one pushed from the inside.
As the full-time siren sounded, Hayne hoisted the Steeden high towards Wanger's wing.
All the pressure on Cesar Wonga. They go up for it, and Wonga knocks it out of play.
Another amazing comeback in the NRL was confirmed. Thanks to 4 tries in 22 minutes, Melbourne were victorious 22-18. And at the end of a weekend where two of their main challengers went down, it might just be enough to snare the minor premiership. David Rowlands, Big Pond Sport.